There we go. 3, 2. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nar for the Nar Report. Back today with another episode. This is episode 31 of the Nar Report, and the NBA playoffs are officially here, baby. They're on road to the NBA Finals. Starts right now. I'm here to recap all of the Game 1 games from this weekend and recap all and do a Game 2 preview on these next games coming up. So Game 2 starts tonight with Detroit and New York, LA Clippers, Denver Nuggets. So I'm here to talk about the previews and all the Game 2s, all right? And I'm going to recap all of the Game 1s from this past weekend. And before we get it started, if you're new to the YouTube, make sure you sub and click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live, all right, on YouTube. And I'm going to post recaps, game recaps on here more too, since it's the playoffs. And since the playoffs are officially set on, I will be going live twice a week, okay? So the next time I'll be going live is on Thursday, recapping all of the Game 2 games and giving y'all Game 3 previews. And then I'll do that on a Monday, all right? So Mondays and Thursdays, I'm live for the playoffs, okay? And the playoffs are here. This is the best time of the year, baby. I am so excited. Let's get into it. Starting off with the first game from this past weekend, Game 1 of the Eastern Conference first round, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers. I got the Bucks winning in 7, but I'm here to recap Game 1. Game 1, Pacers win 117-98 in Indiana, their first game of the series. Let's talk about it. Indiana had a great game. Their offense was good. The defense was phenomenal. Tyrese Halliburton had a pretty good game. Siakam had a great game. Miles Turner had a great game. And I love when I see from this Pacers team, they could become a sleeper, all right, to come out the East, all right? I'm not going to sleep on this Indiana Pacers team, all right, because this was a team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and they're trying to do that again this year. But with them playing a healthy Milwaukee Bucks team, I don't see that happening. So I think the Bucks are going to win this series in 7 games. And I'm here to go over the stats. Right now, starting off with the Milwaukee Bucks. Taurean Prince, 0 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36 points. Kyle Kuzma, 0 points. Brook Lopez, 9 points. Ryan Rollins, 5 points. Bobby Portis, 4 points. And then Pat Connaughton, 3 points. Gary Trent Jr., 14 points. Kevin Porter Jr., 12 points. And AJ Green, 15 points. Giannis basically carried the team Game 1. Milwaukee Bucks did not show up at all. They depend on Giannis to carry this team to a win. In order for the Milwaukee Bucks to win this series, Damian Giannis is going to need some help. Okay? It's just that simple. I'm going to say this again. In order for the Milwaukee Bucks to win this series, Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo are going to need some help. And speaking of Damian Lillard, he's supposed to be coming back Game 2 or Game 3, which is good news for the Milwaukee Bucks. If he comes back for Game 2, it'll be great because therefore they have a chance to tie the series up 1-1, going back home to Milwaukee for Game 3. And it could be a good series, all right? This is going to be a great series. I do believe it'll go to 7. It's going to come down to a game-winning shot at Game 7. I think both of these two teams know each other very well. It's starting to become a rivalry, okay? The Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers are starting to become a new rivalry in the NBA, all right? They met in the first round last year. Now they meet in the first round again this year. Let's go over the stats for the Pacers. Pascal Siakam, 25 points. Aaron Nesmith, 7 points. Miles Turner, 19 points. Nembhard, 17 points. I keep forgetting his first name, but I'm going to know it soon. Neymar has 17. Tyrese Halliburton had 10 points. Obi Toppin, 6 points. And that's it. TJ McCollum also had 11 points as well, too. The Pacers got a very great bench, okay? They're great offensively. They're great defensively. I love what I see for this Indiana Pacers team. And this is going to be a dogfight series, okay? But otherwise, though, Indiana balled out, though. They balled out. They came ready to play in front of their home fans. What a game by the Indiana Pacers. But Milwaukee, it's okay. There was just one game, though. We're not going to overreact. Oh, the series is over and they're like that. It's just one game. So I'm just here to tell y'all what I saw, what I like, and what each team needs to do to win the series. So for the Pacers to win the series, I think they still can with a healthy Damian Giannis, but I don't see it happening, though. If they keep playing like the way they played in game one, I think Pacers got a shot in this series. But who knows? In order for Milwaukee to win a series, Damian Giannis got to be healthy. It's that simple. But that's it. Pacers win 117-98. Next game, we go out to the Western Conference Playoffs first round. The Denver Nuggets taking on the Los Angeles Clippers at home. Nuggets win 112-110 in overtime. Our first good game of the playoffs. What a start. In overtime in Denver, Western Conference Finals, Clippers, Nuggets. Man, this is going to be a very great series. Probably the best series in the first round of the playoffs. Not just in the West, but in the playoffs, period. Because, boy, what we saw from game one, I expect every game to be like this throughout the whole series. All right? I got this series going to 7, and I got the Nuggets winning. And here's why. Nikola Jokic is going to show up. All right? Jamal Murray is going to show up. Westbrook's going to show up against his former team. I think he's going to have a great series. And despite that the head coach is fired, the Denver Nuggets still got a very good team. All right? It's that simple. So let's go over these stats for the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, 25 points. Man, that dude had a great game. Michael Porter Jr. had 3 points. Nikola Jokic, 29 points. Almost had a triple-double. He was 1 rebound short. Jamal Murray, 21 points. Christian Braun, 11 points. Watson, 6 points. Westbrook had 15. And that's it. The Nuggets, they put up a fight throughout the whole series. Offensively good. Jokic had a great game. The defense was phenomenal. Containing Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. That defense they played on Kawhi Leonard and James Harden was amazing, spectacular. All right? If they can do that for the whole series, it's going to be a problem. All right? Let's go over the Clippers. The Clippers, they played a great game. I love when I see from both teams. Both teams played well. I love what I've seen from the offensive side, the defensive side of the Clippers. Both teams played exceptionally well. Let's go over the stats for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, 22 points. Isaiah Zubac, 21 points. James Harden had 32. Norman Powell had 12. Chris Dunn had 10. Nicholas Batum had 9. Derrick Jones Jr., 4 points. Ben Simmons and Bogey, 0. Man, the starters for the Clippers put up a fight. Okay, that was a very great game, especially James Harden. James Harden showed up big time for the Los Angeles Clippers. 32 points, 11 from 22 for the field, 4 for 9 for three-point range. That dude balled out. Okay, he balled out. He carried the team. And I feel like this Los Angeles Clippers team, if Kawhi Leonard stays healthy, they can make a deep playoff run. Okay, they could go to the conference finals. But they're not beating OKC, though. Well, I just thought about it. If they win the series, they're going to go up against OKC, and I don't see them beating them, all right? But will I be surprised if they beat OKC? No, because I've been sleeping on this Clippers team a little bit, but I'm not going to take that jump on that ship, all right? Because we got to see if Kawhi Leonard's going to be healthy throughout the whole series, all right? If Kawhi Leonard is healthy throughout the whole series, this series is going to 7, okay? I got this series going to 7, and I got Denver winning it, all right? But that's it for Nuggets and Clippers. Nuggets win 112-110 in Denver. And I also go over the game 2 games tonight. Next game, we got the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. Knicks win 123-112. I'm going to tell you what I love from this game. The Knicks balled out. Brunson is back into his playoff form. I love what I've seen from New York. Offensively, amazing. Defensively, they were great. They were hustling for the ball, grabbing rebounds, playing. They were physical. The New York Knicks, man, here's the thing, though. I do not like the Knicks. But respectfully, though, I got them losing to the Pistons in 6 games, okay? And here's why. This Detroit Pistons team is young, hungry, motivated, and they're ready to go. They're ready to prove everybody wrong. But New York, though, they got a pretty good team, though, all right? Jalen Brunson leading the way. He's going to need some help throughout this whole series because Brunson can't do it on his own, okay? He can't do it on his own. He's going to need some help from Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. They all got to show up for the New York Knicks big time. And for the bench, Cameron Payne led the bench in scoring, 14 points. Let's go over the stats real quick. Mikal Bridges, 8 points. OG Anunoby had 23. Karl-Anthony Towns had 23. Brunson had 34. Josh Hart had 13. Mitchell Robinson had 6. Cameron Payne had 14. Miles McBride had 0. And Landry Shamet had 2. So the biggest point for the Knicks to win this series is if Brunson got to show up and Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay, those are the 2 best players on the team, so they got to show up big time for the New York Knicks. But otherwise, though, New York can win this series, but it's that I don't like the Knicks. Okay, I don't like the Knicks. If you don't know, I'm a Hawks fan. I do not like the Knicks, but I do like their players, though. Okay, I like their players. I love the team. The only problem I don't like the Knicks is their fans. Okay, I do not like Knicks fans. That's why I don't like the Knicks, and they don't like Trae Young. So yeah, that's why I don't like the Knicks. So otherwise, though, hey, I think they're going to win this series. But I want to take Detroit because I want to see these dudes prove the world wrong because everybody's running with the Knicks, okay? So I just want to see what Detroit can do in this series. Let's go over the Pistons stats. Tobias Harris, great game, 25 points. Ausar Thompson had 10. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 19. Jalen Duren had 7. Cade Cunningham had 21. Cade Cunningham is the all-star of this team. In order for him to win this series, he has to show up big time. He has to average at least over 20 points a game. The biggest I expect him to score a night, 25. All right. If Cade Cunningham averages 25 a night, the Knicks are in some trouble. Okay. The Knicks are in some trouble if Cade Cunningham scores 25 a night. All right. But Cade Cunningham is a very spectacular player. In the regular season, he was averaging 27 points per game. But I think Cade Cunningham is going to have a great series, first playoff career debut, whatever you want to say. But I think Cade Cunningham is going to have a great series. The Pistons, they're going to put up a fight. I think this series can go to 7, but I got to go into 6 with the Pistons winning. That's my upset for the first round of the playoffs. But I feel like New York is going to win this series, but I'm riding with the Pistons because they're the underdogs. But in order for the Pistons to win this series, like I said, Cade Cunningham must have a great game. All right, and everybody else around him got to show up as well, too, like Jalen Duren, Ausar Thompson, Tobias Harris. They all got to show up. And shout out to Malik Beasley on the bench. He scored 20 points, leading the bench in scoring. Dennis Schroeder had 8, Isaiah Stewart had 2, and Ro Holland II had 0. So, bench, they got to come ready to play. The stars got to come ready to play. I got a lot of faith in the Detroit Pistons, okay? I do feel like they're going to win this series, but it's going to take a lot, though. All right, and that's it. Otherwise, the Pistons played a very great game. But I believe they'll bounce back tonight in Game 2 against the Knicks and tie the series up 1-1 going to Detroit. And, man, I can't wait to see Game 3 because that building is going to be electric in there in Detroit. Man, it's been a while since they made the playoffs. But I can't wait to see what they do in Detroit because I know they're going to turn up in front of their fans. And that's it. Knicks win 123-112. Next game, last game on Saturday night, we had the Minnesota Timberwolves defeating the Los Angeles Lakers 117-95 in Los Angeles. Game 1 of the playoffs. Let's talk about it. The Minnesota Timberwolves all night were amazing. They were efficient. They were consistent on offense, consistent on defense. Jaden McDaniels was the player of the game. He showed out. He had 25 points. Julius Randle had 16 points. Rudy Gobert, 2 points. Well, I don't expect that much from Rudy Gobert because he's not really an offensive player. He's more of a defensive guy. So I expect Rudy Gobert to average at least 8 points in this series, 8 to 10 points. But if he can average at least 15 and 20 rebounds, the Lakers are in some trouble. All right. But let's go over the stats. Julius Randle, 16 points. Jaden McDaniels, 25 points. Rudy Gobert had 2 points. Mike Conley had 9 points. And Anthony Edwards had 2 points. That's for the starters. For the bench, Naz Reid, 23 points off the bench. That dude balled out. All right. Naz Reid, open from 3, bang. He was physical. He was driving to the basket. He was grabbing rebounds. I love what I've seen for Naz Reid. I love what I see for Jaden McDaniels because Jaden McDaniels was the MVP out there, all right? He led the league. He led the team in scoring all night, 25 points. I love what I see for this kid. That dude is a two-way player, all right? A lot of people are sleeping on Jaden McDaniels. This dude is a two-way player for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a defensive guy, I get it, but he's an offensive player too. He can shoot the ball. He can drive to the basket. He's a phenomenal player. All right. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 7 points. And Dante DiVincenzo, 9 points. All right. So here's the thing though. I got the Lakers winning this series in 6. Okay. It's going to be a dogfight. I do believe it will go to 7. I wanted to go to 7. Okay. I want this series to go to 7, but I got the Lakers winning it in 6. And here's why. I think the Lakers, to me, are going to have a great series. Luka Doncic is going to show up. LeBron James is going to show up. Austin Reeves is going to show up. And that's the key to the Los Angeles Lakers. Playing great defense, grabbing rebounds, being consistent on offense and defense to win this series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, here's the thing about this matchup. Minnesota Timberwolves. This is my sleeper team in the Western Conference. I got this team before the playoffs started. I had this team going back to the conference finals in the second half of the regular season. In the first half, they were struggling, but in the second half, when I was watching this Minnesota Timberwolves team, I was like, this team can go back to the conference finals now. All right, so don't sleep on these boys. And the Lakers, the reason why I got them coming out the West, being the OKC in the Western Conference Finals, because Luka played against the OKC Thunder last year. All right, the Lakers are a totally different team. If they can get it together, I got them coming out the West and making it to the finals. All right, but otherwise, though, I love what I see from Minnesota. Offense spectacular, defense spectacular. They were great on defense. All right, and Minnesota has a lot of size, so the Lakers, they got to be physical because them boys over there in Minnesota are dogs. But that's it for the Minnesota stats. Let's go over to the Lakers. The Lakers defensively wasn't there at all. Offensively, it was all right. Luka Doncic led the team in scoring. Luka had 37 points. 37. This dude almost had 40 in his Lakers debut. I expected this from Luka Doncic because playoff Luka is totally different. All right. Playoff Laker Luka has officially arrived. I'm telling y'all, if Luka play like this throughout the whole series, watch out. Okay, watch out, because it's gonna get spooky. All right, Rui Hachimura, 9 points. LeBron James had 19. Jackson Hayes, 1 point. Luka Doncic, 37. Austin Reeves, 16. Dorian Finney-Smith, 3 points. Jared Vanderbilt, 2 points. Alex Len, 0. Gabe Vincent, 3. And that's it for the Lakers stats. In order, Lakers, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and the bench. Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent, y'all got to show up. Okay? Y'all got to show up on the bench for the Los Angeles Lakers if y'all want to win this series, because Luka Doncic is doing everything he can right now. All right? And LeBron, he's going to do his thing. I know Austin Reeves is going to do his thing, but it's the others. Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Dorian Finney-Smith. Y'all got to show up for the Los Angeles Lakers if y'all want to win the series. That's the key. All right? In order for the Lakers to win the series, bench players got to show up. Everybody besides Broad, Luka, and AR got to show up for the Lakers. All right? Defensively, offensively, got to stay consistent. All right? But that said, though, I think the Lakers will bounce back in Game 2. I'll talk about that in my Game 2 previews in a moment. But that's it for this series. Minnesota leads the series 1-0. Heading into Game 2, Wolves win 117-95. Next game on Sunday, we got the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the OKC Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder blowout, decimated, destroyed the Memphis Grizzlies 131-80. Yes, I said it. 131-80. 51 points. These boys in OKC were ready. You got to think about it this game. You got to think about it. OKC had a lot of rest. Memphis just came from the play-in tournament the other night, defeating the Dallas Mavericks. So I wasn't shocked about the score because OKC were ready. Them boys were ready. SGA, Lou Dort, them boys showed up, turned up in front of their home crowd, and it's just Game 1. The way I'm looking at this series, the Grizzlies might get swept. But I got OKC winning it in 5. Okay, I got OKC in 5, but this could end up in a sweep. All right, let's go over the stats for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, where were you? This is the playoffs. The Grizzlies did not show up at all, offense or on defense. Jaren Jackson Jr., 4 points. Zach Edey, 4 points. John Morant has 17. Desmond Bane, 9 points. Scottie Pippen Jr., 2 points. Bagley, the third, 17 points. Aldama, 5 points. Stevens, 4 points. J Huff, 8 points. Carter, 2 points. Leonard Kennard, 5 points. And William B. Williams Jr., 3 points. What was that? This how y'all come into the playoffs? Like, I did not expect this. I mean, yeah, don't get it. Y'all just came from the play-in, but I didn't expect numbers like this. Memphis, y'all got a chance to bounce back game 2. And if y'all get blown out, if y'all lose by 20 in game 2, pack it up. Okay? Just pack it up. Don't show up for game 3. It's a wrap at that point. All right, but that's it. OKC wins 131-80. And the Oklahoma City Thunder proved everybody wrong. They proved everybody wrong. And I forgot I'm going to mention the stats for OKC because, man, we got to talk about these stats. All right. Chet Holmgren. Let's start off with Chet Holmgren. 19 points. Jalen Williams, 20 points. Isaiah Hartenstein, 14 points. SGA had 15. He had a very light day. He had an okay game. SGA didn't even do that much. This dude didn't even do that much. And these boys went crazy. SGA, 15 points. Lu Dort, 12 points. The other Jalen Williams, 9 points. 21 points from Aaron Wiggins off the bench. These dudes went crazy. 131 points in game 1 is wild. Man, this Oklahoma City Thunder team is nothing to play with. All right? If y'all want to get out the West, y'all got to go to this team right here. But otherwise, that's it. OKC wins 131-80. Next game, we got the Boston Celtics taking on the Orlando Magic. Boston wins 103-86 in Boston. Let's talk about it. Orlando, everybody besides Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner played a very great game. Paolo Banchero, 36 points. This dude carried the team, okay? Paolo Banchero carried the team for the Orlando Magic. That dude was spectacular. He showed out in game 1. Franz Wagner, 23 points. Wendell Carter, 4 points. Corey Joseph, 0 points. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 6 points. Jonathan Isaac, 7 points. And that's it. But, man, Orlando. I ain't going to say nothing bad about y'all, but Orlando, everybody besides Paolo and Franz Wagner did not show up for the Orlando Magic. But you got to look at it. The Boston Celtics are the defending champions. Okay? And they're going to play like this, all right? So if y'all, hey, Orlando, y'all said y'all wanted Boston after y'all beat us in that play-in tournament 7-8 game. We want Boston. I said, y'all sure? But respectfully, though, I'm going to give y'all one game, okay? I'm going to give y'all one game. Y'all going home in 5, okay? Let's go to the Celtics now. The Celtics, great game. Offensively was great. Defensively was spectacular. Jason Tatum, 17 points. Kristaps Porzingis, 5 points. Drew Holiday, 9 points. Derek White, 30 points. That kid was hooping. He was shooting the lights out. 3-point range, field goals. Man, that dude balled out. Jaylen Brown, 16 points. Peyton Pritchard, 19 points off the bench. This you got to think about it. The Boston Celtics are a team that just went to the NBA Finals, okay? And they're trying to go for the repeat again. So Boston's on a mission now. So Boston is the best team in the East, but their biggest threat to them is the Cleveland Cavaliers, all right? So if you want to get out the East, you got to be Boston. It's just that simple. Next game, and that's it for Orlando and Boston. Boston wins 103-86. Next game, we got the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs win 121-100, and Cleveland game 1 of the Eastern Conference playoffs first round. Man, the Heat are not supposed to be here, okay? I'm still pissed off, trying to heal from this loss, recover from this loss from the play-in tournament on Friday night because, man, this should have been the Atlanta Hawks right here, okay? We ain't going to talk about that, but season over. But that game in overtime was just stressful, all right? But shout out to Miami Heat. They were the first 10 seed to make it to the playoffs from the play-in tournament, winning 2 road games. Shout out to those boys, but they're going home, all right? I'm gonna tell you who I got. I'm gonna tell you what I got the Cavs winning in this series in a moment. Let's go over the stats for the Miami Heat. Aaron, I mean, what's we call it? Andrew Wiggins, 14 points. Bam Adebayo, 24 points. Cale Ware had 2 points. Tyler Hero had 21. Alec Burks had 6. Duncan Robinson had 8. Highsmith had 7. And Davion Mitchell led the bench in scoring. Davion Mitchell led the bench in scoring, 18 points. Davion Mitchell is a dog. That dude showed up in overtime on Friday night in the playing tournament against my Atlanta Hawks. I was like, this dude, Davion Mitchell, scored 9 points. And all those 9 points came from threes. And those threes were big time for the Miami Heat. If it wasn't for Davion Mitchell, Miami does not win this game. It's just that simple. But I do think since Miami did all that, I want Miami to get swept, okay? Because they don't deserve to make it here. I'm just pissed off that they beat my Atlanta Hawks in the play-in tournament because that was absolute BS, okay? And I'm still trying to recover from this loss, man. That loss still hurts, but I got to heal from it, all right? So I'm rooting for the Cavs very, very hard to sweep the Miami Heat. Let's go to the Cavs now. Evan Mobley, 9 points. Jarrett Allen had 12 points. Darius Garland had 27. Donovan Mitchell had 30. Max Strus had 9 points. The starters were efficient. They were great. They were executing on offense, shooting the ball very well, grabbing rebounds. On the bench, Ty Jerome. That kid balled out. 28 points from Ty Jerome. This dude balled out there for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Shout out to Ty Jerome, man, because, man, that dude was spectacular. 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. That kid looked like an all-star out there. Miami Heat, you made Ty Jerome look like an all-star out there. By the way, he played. He was 10 from 15 from the field and 5 from 8 from three-point range. I said, okay. I said, who this dude balling out? Because, man, I'm going to talk about him in this episode. Ty Jerome was spectacular. Offensively was great. Defensively, he was great. I love his execution. I love his intensity. He showed up big time for the Cleveland Cavaliers. If Ty Jerome plays like this, watch out for Cleveland. All right. And that's it. Cavs win 121-100 in Cleveland. Game 1 of the first round of the series. Cavs spectacular. And then the last game of game 1, we got the Golden State Warriors taking on the Houston Rockets. Warriors win 95-85 in Houston. Let's talk about it. The Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry was amazing. Playoff Jimmy is officially back. I love when I see from Golden State. The offense was spectacular. Steph Curry had a great game. Jimmy Butler had a great game. The bench played pretty well too. And the Warriors did their thing. They have a lot of playoff experience. I got Golden State winning this game in 6 games. It's just game 1, so I'm just telling you what I saw. I love when I see from Golden State. Ball movement was very well. They were setting screens. They were calling out plays. Steve Kerr did his thing. Steph Curry, you know he's going to do his thing. Playoff Jimmy is back. Draymond Green's doing his thing. Let's go over these stats. Draymond Green, 4 points. Jimmy Butler had 25. Steph Curry had 31. Moses Moody, 7 points. Brandon Podisky, 14 points. And Gary Payton led the bench in scoring with 7 points. So the Warriors played a great game, though. Offensively, spectacular. I love what I've seen from Steph Curry. Greatest shooter in basketball. He was 12 from 19 from the field and 5 from 9 from three-point range. Steph Curry's going to do what Steph Curry's going to do. But the Warriors are in this series in 6 games because they got a lot of experience. They've been to the finals almost every year since they won that first championship. The Rockets, they're a good team, though, but they're young and inexperienced, okay? But I will love to see this team put up a fight. All right? Let's go to the Rockets and look at their stats. Amon Thompson, 8 points. That kid is spectacular, all right? This dude is an all-star in the future. Dylan Brooks, 11 points. Alfred Şengün, 26 points. That poster on Draymond Green had me lit. I jumped up off my couch when he jumped on Draymond. I was like, oh, my God. That dude really put Draymond Green on the poster. and the whole arena was lit. Fred VanVleet, 10 points. Jalen Green, 7 points. Jabari Smith, 11 points. Tari Eason, 6 points. And Steven Adams, 6 points. In order for the Rockets to win this series, Jalen Green has to show up because what you did in game 1 was unacceptable. You're the best player on the team, and you cannot show up like this in the playoffs. Yes, it's the first game, but I'm just saying for the rest of the series. In order for the Rockets to beat the Warriors, they got to play very great defense on Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, slow them down. Jalen Green, Amon Thompson, Dylan Brooks, and those boys must have a great game. But the Rockets are a young team, though. And they'll be great in the future, though. But I don't think they're going to do much in this series. But I do think they'll win 2 games. They'll win 1 at home and then 1 to go to state. I got the Rockets winning game 2 and then still a 1 to go to state, and then the Warriors win the next 2 to close it out in 6. All right. But the Rockets, though, they played a pretty great game, though. But it wasn't enough to beat the Warriors. And that's it. Warriors win 95-85. Now we go to game 2 tonight. We got the Detroit Pistons taking on the New York Knicks. And game 2, that game is on right now. The game is tied up at 6. First quarter, 8:16 left to go. Now, I got Detroit winning this game tonight, tying up this series at 1-1. I think Cade Cunningham is going to be spectacular. I think the offense is going to be efficient. The defense is going to be great. I think the Detroit Pistons are going to come ready to play tonight. Clippers Nuggets game 2. I think the Clippers will win tonight and tie the series up 1-1 as they bounce back from that overtime loss on Saturday. Tomorrow, we got the Bucks Pacers game 2. Milwaukee will win. I'm assuming that Damian Lillard will be back. He's going to have a great game. Giannis is going to have a great game. Everybody else is going to have a bounce-back game, and this series will be tied. Thunder Grizzlies, I think OKC is going to win this game, okay? OKC will be up 2-0, all right? I think they're going to win by 20-plus a game, all right? If OKC wins by 20-plus again, Memphis just forfeit the series, all right? Because y'all don't match up well with this Oklahoma City Thunder team. Lakers Timberwolves game 2. I think the Lakers will win this game and tie the series up 1-1 going to Minnesota. And here's the thing, Lakers, if y'all lose this game going down 2-0 heading to Minnesota, y'all in some trouble because y'all got to win 2 in Minnesota if y'all go down 2-0. And that's going to be a hard task because Minnesota, we've seen these boys in the playoffs last year playing at home, and they were turning up in front of their hometown fans. So game 2 is a must-win game for the Lakers. LeBron James is going to show up. Luka got to show up like he did in game 1. Austin Reeves must have a great game. And their bench must show up as well, too. But I do think the Lakers will tie this series up. Magic Celtics, I think Boston's going to go up 2-0 there. Miami and Cleveland, I think Cleveland's going to go up 2-0. And then Golden State and Houston, I think Houston will win this game and tie the series up at 1-1. And that's it for this episode of the NAR Report, episode 31 of the NAR Report. That's it for the show. I just want to say thank y'all for everybody that joined. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all follow me on my social media platforms at TikTok and on Instagram at _NAR_report. You can also find that in my bio as well too. TikTok, Instagram, they're all the same. It's _NAR_report. Sub to the YouTube. Make sure you click that bell to make sure y'all get all the notifications on when I go live if you're new here. And if you like the show, have a good rest of your day. Nard out.